The Alexandra Olenoff Buchanan Center for the Performing Arts.
My, will you look at that.
Symphony Hall, Dance and Recital Center, theater, opera house. I designed the fountain myself.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I would have designed the whole thing, but they have this nonsensical rule about having to be a licensed architect.
Oh, I know. A bunch of government bureaucrats. Mm-hmm. Ooh, look at here. Your name right across the top in big, bold letters.
17 feet high.
The Alexander Olenoff Buchanan Center for Performing Art.
You know, eventually we were just going to call it the Buchanan Center, just like they do Lincoln Center, only better.
Buchanan, you know, is a much better president than Lincoln.
Absolutely. Don't you just love how wide these beautiful walkways and plazas are, too?
Yes, but you know, you're going to need a big piece of land for that project, and with the zoning laws around here, I mean, real estate in this town is pretty tight. Now, I keep telling you, you're going to have a tough time finding a chunk of land that big.
I already have that problem solved, darling. And the people are going to just jump through hoops to let us develop there.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I found the perfect spot.
Well, I tell you, it's great. Who owns the land now?
Max and Luna. Oh!
What?
Woo, Max.
What is it? Look, you know, twins always come early. I knew this.
Max.
Look, no, there's 2 feet of snow out there, but don't worry about it, okay? I'll get up the 4x4.
Max.
We'll get to the hospital on time. What?
Max, honey.
What?
Feel this right here. Put your hand right there. Woo! Did you feel that?
Somebody just kicked me.
Whoever kicked you kicked me first. Woo! There it was again. Did you feel that?
Oh, my God, yes. I want it all, right now, the whole story.
Are you feeling all right, Vicky?
Yes. I think this is probably something that Todd should hear alone.
Oh, come on, Vicky. You said you wanted to be here for this.
Oh, yes, I did, but it's not really necessary.
Well, what's the matter? None of this is exactly going to be news for you. We're just talking about your father. What's the big deal?
Perhaps I can get you something.
Oh, no, thank you, no.
Well, maybe just sparkling water with a dash of wine.
Thank you.
Look, enough about the wine spritzers, okay? She doesn't want anything.
Todd.
What I want to know is what went on with Victor Lord. And where do I fit in? That's what we're going to talk about, okay? Everybody cool with that?
Now that you've proven yourself to be the legitimate heir, that is why we're here.
Good. Mr. Collins?
Oh, Hopkins Barnaby, please. I always prefer that young people
Fine.
feel free to...
Barney. Let's just do it, okay? The whole story. Now, you were Victor Lord's lawyer.
And friend. That's rather important. I was his friend. As for how you came to be born, well, as Vicky here knows, Victor Lord had a relationship with her college roommate.
Irene Manning, Vicky told me. Now, there's one thing that I don't understand, all right? Now, Tina is older than I am. So this relationship must have gone on quite some time, right?
Yes, but Victor insisted on keeping it secret for years and years, even from you, Vicky. Isn't that right?
My father loved secrets. More than anything, he loved secrets.
Thanks, Carlotta. I'll call you as soon as I pick up River from Mrs. Murphy's. Okay. Bye-bye. Suitcases. If Mother was back in town, there'd be suitcases somewhere in that house. Hello, darling. Mother! Thank you, God.
I'm so sorry, sweetheart.
Alex, do you have a hole in your head I don't know about? You will never put any buildings on land owned by Max and Luna.
These aren't just any buildings. This is the Alexandra Olenoff Buchanan Center for the Performing Arts, and Max and Luna love art.
They love the land more. Luna thinks she's a one-woman nature preserve, and Max is loony enough to go along with it. Do you remember the trouble we were in when you and Bulge Hackman tried to scare him off so I could buy the land and drill for oil?
That was a long time ago.
Trust me, honey, they have not forgotten. And they have not forgotten that you were behind it.
That was about money. This is about art. Besides, Bulge overstepped his bounds. I certainly had no idea that CJ and Al could have fallen down into that crevice and died. I mean, First of all, it was Bulge's idea to try to convince them that the place was haunted anyway.
Well, Max has stopped drilling, and he's said the land will be untouched forever. And frankly, honey, I don't even think you'll get in their front door.
Asa, maybe you're underestimating Max and Luna. Maybe once they realize how much this complex will benefit Landview, maybe they'll come around. Well, at least we have to try.
We? You have a mouse in your pocket? Not we, you. Count me out.
What are you talking about?
You want to go over to Max and Luna's and be turned down flat? You go alone.
Todd, if you're going to understand Victor Lord at all, you must understand that secrecy was an obsession. Wouldn't you agree, Vicky? I mean, he was a very private man.
Oh, yes, extremely private, yes. He was always very careful to guard his privacy. Secret meetings, secret contracts.
Secret trust funds.
That's right. And he was with my mom this whole time. That was a big secret.
Yes, in fact, I got out some of Victor's old files for this meeting. I agreed to continue as a trustee for the fund even after I retired as an attorney. Victor was a client, of course, and as I said, a dear old friend.
Let's just cut to the chase, all right? Victor had this thing going on with Irene, Vicky's roommate. He was doing it with someone his daughter's age, for God's sake. And then Tina is born, and then I'm born, and that whole thing was kept a secret.
Very secret. In fact, here's a letter which he sent to me, which I trust Vicky won't at this late date cause you pain. Dear Barnaby, it is absolutely imperative that my daughter not know of my relationship with Irene. Victoria's own life is in turmoil now, and I'm afraid this would distress her tremendously.
Turmoil, huh? Because dear old Dad thought you were a little wacko. Of course, it could have been worse. Peter Manning could have raised you.
Todd, please. The point here is that secrecy wasn't just Victor Lord's wish. It was his direct order to anyone who worked for him.
All right. Here's another question for you. My mom, Irene Manning, she didn't give Tina up. She raised her. How come she gave me up?
She felt she wasn't strong enough to handle 2 children on her own. She'd forced Victor to set up a trust fund for you. But then when an old college friend, Barbara Jones, was so eager to adopt, just at that time, they made the arrangement. Barbara happened to be married to Irene's cousin, Peter Manning.
But they both had to keep it a secret.
Yes. Secrets, always secrets.
Well, I'll tell you this much. If there hadn't been a trust fund, even though it was small back then, Peter Manning would never have gone for it. And I never would have had to be raised by that scum. See, it's all about money. Money's everything. This is just another reason why we should hate Victor Lord. God, Vicky. I don't know, you stood with the guy.
Mother, where have you been?
It's hard to know where to begin.
Well, I don't care. Just start at the beginning. You can't imagine what I've been going through.
Oh, I know. You were worried.
Mother, why did you lie and say that you were in Spain when you called? Bo traced the call, but you were actually near Philadelphia, but he traced it to a cellular phone, so he couldn't find an exact address.
Do you think I could have some?
Oh, sure, of course, it's still warm. Mother, were you in some kind of trouble?
Trouble? I'm sorry, darling. Look, I know that you've been very upset and very worried, but I need a few minutes. You see, I've been dreaming about this for a long time, and I just want to sit here and look at that beautiful face of yours, that gorgeous smile. Oh, how is my grandson, River?
He's fine. He's at Mrs. Murphy's right now, but Mother, he's walking, he's growing.
He's walking. My, what have I missed? And Andrew?
Andrew's fine, too. But look, everybody's doing well, but we have been worried about you. Joey, too. What happened to you?
I guess it's truth time. I can't run and I can't tell any little white lies, not anymore. Honey, I've done some terrible things. And it's time to tell the truth. All of it.
You know, we better be ready with some names. Twins are notorious for coming early, and we don't want them to wind up in the hospital nursery under X and Y.
Oh, boy. Well, if it's a girl, one of them, I want to name her Leslie.
Well, that sounds good. Maybe Faith, too.
We're just going to have one girl. So let's call her Leslie.
You got it.
All right. Now, for the boy.
Frank.
Or what about Maxwell?
No, I hate juniors. I hate juniors. We could name him Joseph after Joe Hawk.
Well.
Or we could name him after my father Wingate. We'd call him Win.
Oh, Lord, honey, that's too close to the gambling to suit me. I'll get it.
No, I'll get it.
I'll get it. Honey, I'm not arthritic. I'm just pregnant.
Okay, fine.
I'll get it. Oh, boy.
Oh.
Hold up.
Fine, this will be a joint appearance of Mr. and Mrs. Moody Holden.
Max, Luna, just the people I wanted to see.
Alex! Did Asa die?
No. Aren't you funny? I come bearing gifts.
Nice.
Oh, what do you want?
I'm about to make you an offer that you are not going to be able to refuse. I wasn't held captive or hostage or anything like that.
But when you called, you were saying such strange things about being in Spain and being with David and how...
Yes, I know. Darling, this is going to be very hard for you to accept. But I really just want you to be happy for me, because there's nothing that you can do about it. There was nothing that I could do about it. I couldn't help myself.
You couldn't help what?
I fell desperately, madly in love with David.
So the phone call was true? What you said on the phone about David was the truth?
Yes. Oh, you cannot imagine how happy I am.
And here I was thinking these horrible fantasies about you, that you were in some kind of terrible trouble and that you were being forced to say that you loved David.
I'm so sorry that I made you worry.
And all along, you were just off fooling around with David.
Well, sweetheart, I don't think I would call it fooling around.
What about Joey? Mother.
Yes, I know.
Mother, you left him broken-hearted. He feels totally betrayed. My God, Mother, didn't you love him at all? How could you be so cruel?
As Vicky knows, her father had a great number of mistresses during his long life.
Oh, good God, yes. When he took up with that young Dr. Kramer, that's what I thought was happening.
Oh, yes, Dorian.
And then he married the woman. Guess he met his match there, eh?
All right, that's enough about Dorian, Lord. You were talking about my mother?
Yes, well, the point is, you see, that Irene wasn't Victor Lord's first mistress, nor was she the only one who bore him children.
So there are other kids besides me and Tina?
Well, I do know of one male. forgotten his name. Sloane mentioned him in Lord of the Banner, Vicky.
Tony Lord. He was my older half-brother, but he's dead now. His mother was a woman that my father met before he shipped out to the Pacific in World War II in San Francisco, but this was before he married my mother.
Great. How many more are there?
None that we know of. But of course, we only just found out about you. Excuse me, I think I am going to go and have a drink.
Poor woman. All this negative talk about her father must be very trying.
Yes, yeah, you could see that.
The thing I don't understand is this. After everything that Victor Lord did, and he's been dead so many years, why does she say that she loves him so much? And trying to protect his memory and all that?
Scotch neat. Come on, come on. The others can't come out now because they can't handle this. I can. Be strong. Just be very strong. Sit through this until the end. I have to know everything that Todd knows about Victor Lord. And then make sure that he doesn't get more curious. And I cannot let him find out the one secret that no one can ever know.
Oh, welcome back, Vicky. Barnaby and I were just explaining how your father set up the trust fund for Todd.
I don't care how he set it up. I don't care if he was trying to ease his conscience for giving me up. If he was just trying to get Irene off his back. The thing I want to know now is how much was Peter Manning getting? What was his cut?
Peter and Barbara Manning were to manage
My mother, Barbara Bitsy, she died when I was 14. So all by his lonesome. What was Peter Manning getting?
Well, since you turned 18 7 years ago, Peter Manning has always cashed the trust's check for about $50,000 every quarter. It was deposited in the safety deposit box. Over 7 years, 28 quarters, that would be what? $1.4 million?
Yeah, well, that, of course, was on the assumption that he was sharing it with you, assisting in your upbringing.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then he was to get 10% of your estate when you turned 25. That's another 2 or 3 million.
But everything was to be kept secret. Typical Victor. Hey, Vicky?
Yes.
And, of course, if you died before you reached the age of 25, then all the money would go to Tina, and Peter Manning would have gotten nothing.
Oh, yeah. Well, it all makes sense now.
What?
When I was pardoned, and all those rapes started at the hospital, and I was the prime suspect. He flew in all the way from Chicago just to tell me that he thought I should go back to prison, that I'd be safer there.
Just protecting his investment.
Well, I think that wraps everything up. Here is a list of your assets. They will remain in the trust, awaiting your decisions. If you have any questions of the trustees, you can call us at the number on the letterhead.
I don't have a clue what any of this is.
I would suggest a good, sound business manager, young man. Now, Barnaby, can I drop you anywhere? I'm heading to the airport.
Well, that would be lovely, Arthur. Thank you. Vicky, always a pleasure.
Nice to see you again, Barnaby.
Mrs. Manning, Mr. Manning, I hope I've been of some help.
Oh, yes, you have. Mr. Collins, thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Party on. I have no idea what to do about all this.
Yes, well, who could have known that a small publishing conglomerate could have had the good luck to back a magazine like Independent Woman? You know, that one asset could be worth $20 million worldwide. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye, Arthur. I'll be on my way as well. So, Todd, what are you going to do with all that money?
Beats me. Maybe Blair can figure out some way to spend it.
I feel terrible about what happened to Joe.
He loved you. And even though I think he's furious about the way that you betrayed him, frankly, I think he still does.
Really? Well, darling, I never meant for things to become so serious. It was like you said. In the beginning, I did seduce him just to get back at Vicky. I never knew that he would really fall in love with me.
But you did say that you loved him.
Well, yes, because I wasn't ready yet to let on about me and David. So I just encouraged everybody to believe that my love for Joe was real.
Oh, my God.
And frankly, I thought he'd get tired of me, that he'd find some sweet young thing and move on.
Why didn't you tell him that? Why did you lead him on? Why did you let him move in with you?
Well, because David and I both needed covers. He had Tina, and I had Joe.
How long has this been going on? This affair with David?
Almost from the very beginning. Darling, he came forward with the evidence that freed me, and then we started to see each other, and then we realized that we were attracted to each other.
And he just let you have an affair with Joe, and you just let him marry Tina. Mother, that's insane.
Well, marrying Tina was necessary. It was part of David's plan to get the inheritance.
So you knew that he was a fake? That he was just after the money?
No. No. I found that out after we had already gotten involved. I got so angry at him, and we broke up. It was during that time that I got involved with Joe. Don't look at me like that, okay? I mean, can you possibly understand how furious I was with Vicky? I mean, she railroaded me into that murder trial, got me put on death row. I mean, my God, I was nearly placed on a steel table, given a lethal injection, and she turned you against me. I think she deserved to find out what it's like to lose a child.
So you used Joey's love.
I know it was cruel and unforgivable, and that's one of the reasons why I've come back. I want to make amends for everything, but most especially, sweetheart, to you.
You must think that I am a complete fool. You obviously think I'll believe anything you have to say as long as you just throw in a few tears and a big apology.
Kathy.
Mother, I know the truth. We may not be saying it out loud, but we both know what it is. How long is it going to take you to admit it? How long, Mother? How long are you going to keep lying to the world?
Kathy, I really don't know what you're...
Don't give me that, oh, I'm so innocent look. We both know what we're talking about, Mother.
Kathy.
I don't know why. Why I didn't listen to Bo when he first talked about it.
Talked about what?
You would get involved with a disgusting liar like David Vickers because he hoped to get away with murder.
That is not true.
Yeah, and once his cover was blown, he took off. You got scared. You figured everyone would find out the evidence against you was a fake, so you ran off with him?
I did not murder Victor Lord.
I didn't. Stop it. I do not want to hear
Kathy, wait a minute. Why would I come back to Landview if I was guilty? Would you think about that? I've come back to turn myself into the police, to cooperate fully. I want this thing over and done with, once and for all. Yes, I admit it. I ran because I was frightened. You have no idea. Vicky was in such a rage when she found out that David was a fraud. I was afraid that she and all the people that she knows would be able to convince another jury that I was guilty, that I would end up back. So, yes, I panicked and I ran. I ran away with David.
Lies.
Cassie, look, I have since calmed down, and I realize that I cannot run for the rest of my life, not for something I didn't do.
I'm not going to listen to any more of this.
Cassie, please.
Get out, sweetheart. Get out of my house.
Well, whatever you eventually decide to do with your inheritance money, I hope that you now have all the answers about the family that you will need.
Yeah, I guess so. Why, are you worried I'm gonna bug you more?
Just thought it might be simpler to settle all the questions you have now while I'm here, and then put it to rest.
No, look. You're cool, I'm cool. Why screw things up with questions?
I'll be leaving then.
Goodbye, Vicky.
Oh, hey. See you later, sis.
That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought that the Lord family would try and stop you from getting your inheritance.
They couldn't. How could they? It's mine. They'd lose. See, I don't understand this. Look at this.
What? Yeah?
Stocks, bonds, stocks, certificate of ownership. And where's the money? What if I want to buy some gum or go to a movie or something?
Todd, it says right here that you have a money market account of $500,000. $500,000? That's not very much.
What? Hoping to get more before we go to dinner tonight?
Oh, no, I mean that's not much liquidity in an account of that size, that's all.
I'll tell you something, okay? This itty-bitty little money market account is about 500 times more than I'd ever thought I'd get my hands on. Wow.
And by the year 2005, we will rival New York City and Philadelphia combined. We will. Absolutely. And just think about all the job opportunities this will afford Landview. For the culturally aware, of course.
Gee, this sounds great. I'm just so surprised you're involved, but I guess I should have realized when I saw your name in letters 10 feet high on top.
17 feet high.
Oh, I stand corrected.
Alex, honey, your drawings are real nice, and you gave a real fine talk there, but what does this have to do with us? If you don't want a donation from us, what do you want?
Well, that's why I wanted you to understand the entire concept of this art center and its importance to Landview's future.
We got that, but why us?
As you can see, this is a very large project, physically, you see. And, well, the land that we were able to find to build just happens to be right next door to Serenity Springs. So, in order to build the complex, we're just going to have to spill over into your land just a little bit.
You are, huh?
Just for the Opera House. Mm-hmm. And the dance rehearsal and recital hall and parking garage as well. But this is the exciting part. I have figured out a way for you to join forces with us, not only to give birth to this magnificent cultural utopia, but to double or triple your profits as well.
No kidding.
How will we do that?
Well, you will give tours, package deals. People will come to Serenity Springs for a massage, mineral baths, herbal wraps, mud packs, whatever. And then in the evening, they'll go hear Brahms and Balanchine. It's a perfect merger. It is a merger made in heaven. Art and health and profits. So, what do you say?
Absolutely not. Even if we forgot about last year,
Which we won't.
even if we forgot about how you put Al and CJ in
I
danger.
did not do that, and Bulge promised me that nobody would get hurt.
You tried to scare us into selling Serenity Springs.
That was about money. This is about art.
We will not do business with you, ever. Now are we both speaking English?
Alex, I think having a cultural center in Landview is a wonderful idea, but you're not going to build it at Serenity Springs.
I thought you said this didn't have anything to do with Al and CJ. Serenity Springs is a health spa. It's everything peaceful in nature. It's clear and clean and just the way the goddess intended this great green earth to be. Oh, phew. Thank you, honey. And the last time I took a walk, I didn't see in the woods over at Serenity Springs, I didn't see anything concrete or steel or glass. Did you? Did you
Neither,
see
no.
anything like that? Well,
I certainly can't make responsible citizens out of you. Thank the goddess.
But just a word of advice, Alex. Serenity Springs wouldn't be a good choice.
Oh, it'd be a terrible choice.
You know, see, it's too far away from the main road. It's too far away from restaurants. It's too far away from everything. If you're going to have a cultural arts center, you want it to be near things. You want it to be centrally located, like near the interstate.
Let me tell you just one thing. You're going to be very, very sorry. You've just passed up the best business opportunity you'll ever have.
Well, we're just going to have to make the best of our mistake, aren't we, honey?
Right. So long, Alex.
See, the weird thing is that Peter Manning had a lot of money. I mean, he sold stocks, he did deals. We're talking about major bucks here.
Plus, he was draining your account of $50,000 every 3 months.
Not bad. But he was such a control freak. Gave me like $10 of allowance, and I had to account for every single penny. I mean, we may as well have been poor.
Todd, you have no idea what being poor is like. Trust me, I've been there.
Hey, who's been living below the poverty line this last year?
Well, okay, but not anymore.
No. I got $500,000 in a money market account, and nobody's gonna tell me what I can and cannot spend it on. Wow.
What?
I just realized something. I'm free. For the first time in my life, I'm honest to God, free.
Todd, you can have anything that you want right now. In the whole world. What would you want? Maybe something that you've dreamed about all of your life.
Cassie, please. I know that you're angry, but I meant what I said. I really do want to make amends, oh, Mother. You always mean what you say. At the time. You meant it when you told me you weren't going to lie anymore. You meant it when you said you cared about Sloan. I bet you even meant it when you said you loved Joey. Right? Isn't that right, Mother? Just stop, please, because I can't deal right now with what happened to Joe, all right? I'm asking these questions. All you do is lie anyway. Cassie, please. Please, will you do just... Look, I know that I have done a lot of wrong things, but I swear I never meant to hurt anybody. Oh, you meant to hurt Vicky. Isn't that right, Mother, or is that a lie, too? Give me a second chance. Oh, please. Just give me a second chance, and I'll prove to you that what I'm saying is true. I have given you more second chances than anyone deserves in a lifetime. You didn't deserve any of them, but I did it. Well, no more. I'm not going to fall for it anymore. You only care about yourself, Mother, and that's all you'll ever care about. Cassie, no. No. You know what? I am so glad that Joey has finally seen you for what you are, and now so have I. We both see who you really are, Mother. A despicable liar. Come on. Go on, get out. Go back to David. You're perfect for each other. You deserve him. Why not marry? Really forge the bond.
Well, actually, we are married. Yes, the ceremony took place, well, not so long ago.
Well, then everything's perfect, isn't it? You got everything that you wanted. Get out.
come around. She'll forgive me. She always does. And I will stick to my bargain with Jean. Right to the end.
Ooh, you don't look too happy, honey. The Holden send you packing?
Well, quite frankly, I think it's rather odd that people really even like the Holdens. I find them to be quite shallow and civically irresponsible.
I told you they wouldn't bite. Tried to warn you.
Well, I don't really want to put it there anyway. I think that a complex like ours should be not in some out-of-the-way place like Serenity Springs, but right off a main highway.
That sounds very logical.
So, the search is back on to look for the perfect spot.
You know what I want? What I've always wanted? A 1956 Thunderbird.
Oh, cool. Those look so
Turquoise
cool.
trim. I think I saw one when I was like 15 years old. I fell in love with it.
Oh, great. Well, you can get one now, Todd, so come on, let's go see if we can find one. Let's get it.
Wait, no, hold on. There's something else that I've been thinking about now. Both of my moms, they were looking out for me. I mean, Irene dumped me, but at least she made sure that Victor set up this trust before that happened. And Bitsy, the woman who I thought was my mom, I mean, she was always trying to protect me, look out for me. She wrote me all those letters.
Yeah, the ones that Peter never let you see, huh?
Yeah, right. What I'm saying is that it's always the moms who look after the kids. And you're going to be a great mother, Blair. But our kid is going to have both of us looking out for him.
You bet.
And another thing, and this is the last time that you're going to hear me say this, but I'm sorry that I let other people talk me into not trusting you.
Look, Todd, we got through that.
Yeah, we did. We're together, and that's all that counts. And everything is going to be all right. Everything.
Cassie! Cassie, are you home? Hey, there you are. Boy, you can count your blessings. You weren't at the vestry meeting once again. Elizabeth McNamara, Alex Buchanan canceled. Once again, we didn't have a quorum. I mean, they can get as involved as they want in city politics, but we may have to have our own biannual elections if we're... Cassie? Cassie, what's wrong?
Yes, Joe. Send her in. Oh, my God. I don't believe it.
Yes, everybody's been reacting that way. But before you start asking too many questions, let me tell you why I'm here.
No, see, Dorian, I don't have any interest in what you have
Please,
to say.
will
No,
you
I
hear
don't.
me out? I've come back to turn myself in. I'm going to need legal representation. In other words, I need you. Nora, will you help me?